All right, happy Survivor Sunday, Qsters. I hope there are no Sunday scaries out there, but you will be scared by a few of these questions. I hope you all had an incredible weekend and are ready to play. I'm your host, Sydney Ryan, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SydneyRyanCHS. The Q is also on social media at the Q Trivia, so don't forget to press that follow button to stay updated on all the actions and get clues for every game except for Survivor. If you have some trivia you want to see featured in a game, be sure to email those questions with an answer and a source, please, to submissions@theq.live. $500 is headed to one's pocket tonight. Trivia. Let's go over those rules. There are a lot of questions, and you have 8 seconds to answer each of them. Pick from each. From a little bit tricky to insanely tough. It's Survivor mode. This is not a walk in the park. We'll be asking questions until one person is left standing, and they will take home the entire cash prize. But even if you do get knocked out of this game, still play for those leaderboard points. That's how you know it's Sunday. I cannot speak. For a chance to win some cash at the end of the month. And this is your last chance to catch up to your leaderboard point for October. So refer your friends to sign up for the Q for extra lives to use on questions 1 through 9. But remember, you can only use 1 life per game. So who's ready to play? $500. Quite a few questions until one person's left standing. Let's start. Question number 1. The Forbidden City is found in which city? Is it Shanghai, Hong Kong, or Beijing? It's such a city as it is a palace complex, and it really is something to behold. It has about 9,000 rooms. Can you imagine all the house guests you could hold with that many rooms? It served as the palace for many emperors, and it's found in Beijing. 2,221 people are coming along to question number 2. Still quite a ways to go. Let's do this. Q2. Embiggen was popularized by which TV show? South Park, Family Guy, or The Simpsons? Kind of sounds like a made-up word, and well, you're right. It was, however, as of this year, Merriam-Webster added it to the dictionary, making it officially official. I guess all words were made up at some point, right? And Embiggen was popularized on the famous cartoon series, The Simpsons. The more you know. 1,096 people heading on to the next one. Almost half of you are out on that. It's no new information, though. We're moving on literally to question number 3. Which of the following levels of the atmosphere is the highest? Is it the thermosphere, the stratosphere, or sphere? Here are some fun facts about this level. Temperatures here can reach up to 4,500 Fahrenheit, but because there aren't many gas molecules, that heat couldn't be transferred to you, so you'd be freezing, as crazy as that sounds. Sound waves also can't travel through here. It's 319 miles thick. I'm talking about the thermosphere. Nicely done, you guys. Only 256 are on the ball tonight. That's a crazy, insane question. Let's head on over to some music. Question number 4. Who was never a member of Bone Thugs and Harmony? Was it Anthony Henderson, Brian McClure II, or Stanley Halsey? These kids remember this group. You had Crazy Bone, Busy Bone, Lazy Bone, Flesh and Bone, and Wishbone, of course. But obviously, these weren't their real names. So which of these guys was never a member? Well, it's Brian McClure II. There was a Brian McCain II, so quite a little bit tricky, but 279 can't be fooled. Let's keep this party going. Question number 5. Which is a synonym for enfeeble? Is it enervate, enfetter, or engird? I'm sure you can all figure out what it means pretty easily if you aren't sure, but just in case you need some help, enfeeble means to deprive of strength, like feeble, weak. So which of these means something similar? That word is enervate. We have a few word warriors out there tonight. Look at all you smarty pants go. 217 are coming along to Q6. Question number 6. If you convince somebody to give you something for free, then you are cadging, filching, or screeving. That is one heck of a haggler. I've never been able to convince anybody to give me things for free, maybe a drink. But if you can, then you have a real talent, my friend. Props to you. The word that you're looking for as the time ran out is cadging. Filching is stealing, which still technically isn't since you are convinced them to give it to you. And screaming is leaking. 125 Qsters, still with me as we head to some government philosophy. Question 7, which word is the newest? Is it socialism, communism, or fascism? People tend to have strong opinions about these ideas, but did you know that one of these ideas is only about 100 years old? A little over 100 years ago, one of these words didn't really even exist in the English lexicon, so crazy to think about. This is the newest of the words to enter our language, fascism, which came to us in the 1920s. Socialism was seen in the early 19th century. Communism came to us in the mid-19th century. Only 59 are moving on. They aced it. Let's go on to question number 8, which involves wood engravings. Is it xylography, renography, or tomography? I have heard of none of these words before today. I'm going to be completely frank with you, but I'm sure there are a few of you who have. It's defined as the art of making engravings on wood, especially for printing. And maybe a few of you Qsters do this for fun. It's xylography. I learned something new today. Hopefully you did too. But 65 more. Some of you are using your lives. Way to go, guys. You're still in the game as we head to the Academy Awards. Question number 9. Each of the following sequels won the Academy Award for Best Picture except Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, or The Godfather Part 2. It's very rare that sequels are good, and for these to be good enough to win Best Picture, that's insane. Props to whoever helped with these two films because you clearly have a ton of talent. Each of these won Best Picture except for The Empire Strikes Back. 56 of you movie buffs are coming along to double digits. We are upping the difficulty a little bit more now. After all, it is survivor mode. Question number 10, double digits. Where could you find a pilaster? At a riot, a mansion, or a ceramics class? I can't tell you what this is, or I would be giving it away too quickly, so you're going to have to get those answers in and take a wild guess if you aren't sure. You have a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right, so give it your best shot. A pilaster is just an architectural structure, meaning you find it on buildings like a mansion. Alrighty, 51 are still with me. Let's keep playing. Question number 11. Which has roots in Czech? Is it tidbit, robot, or boat? That's right, one of these everyday words has origins in this Eastern European language, but which one is it? Is it a thing that floats on water? Is it a piece of artificial intelligence? Or is it just a word for a little bit? As the timer runs out, I can tell you the word robot has roots in Czech. Alrighty, we're still slowly ticking down that number to get to that big prize. 47 still with me. Let's head on over to question number 12, which is a heavy snow. Is it a skift, gropel, or onding? Maybe this is an easy one if you live in an area with a lot of snow. Definitely not here in Charleston, aside from last winter. If so, you've probably used this word yourself. It's a blizzard, in other words. Time to hunker down with some hot cocoa and not leave the house. I'm talking about an onding. Alrighty, 11 remain, only 11, as we head on over to lucky number 13. Q13, which refers to a knife. Is it a skewiff, snickersnee, or scuttlebutt? These crazy words, yes, again, they are real. Look them up yourselves, but only one refers to a knife. So which of these is a sharp, pointy object? Take a guess. If you aren't sure, you might just get it right. The word for a knife is a snickersnee. All right, we still have 11. Going on to Q14, which has origins in Greek. Elucidate, museum, or physical. People always talk about how many words we have that come from Latin, but you often forget just how many come from the other great ancient civilization, the Greeks. Can you figure out which of these has origins all the way back in ancient Greece? Let's see how you did. The answer is museum, from the Greek word museum. Alrighty, 8 people left. We're down to the single digits. Let's keep moving. Question 15. This nation does not border a sea. Macedonia, Slovenia, or Bulgaria. That's right, 2 of these nations come with at least a little bit of seaside property, but one of these is completely landlocked. Although I'm sure it's still fairly close to the beach if you take a train, I'm talking about the nation that sits a little above Greece, Macedonia. Slovenia has a teeny sliver on the Adriatic Sea, and Bulgaria is on the Black Sea. All right, 6 people are still left. We're going to keep this moving, keep it going quick. Question number 16, which is a melee? Is it a brook, elan, or yop? These sound more like kind of nonsense words that Stu questioned, but again, they're all very real, and one of them is a word for this type of brawl. We love expanding your vocabulary here on Q, so now you can add this word, Donnybrook, to your vocab. That's the answer. Still 6 people left. Moving on to question number 17, which took place in the 18th century. The Battle of Mill Springs, Bladensburg, or Eutaw Springs. 2 of these took place the century after this, but one of these lesser-known battles in American history was part of the Revolutionary War. Can you figure out which one it is? Think on it, but not too long because you've got to get those answers in. The American Revolution battle in the 18th century is the Battle of Eutaw Springs. All right, 1 Qster got out on that one. We have 5 left. Let's keep it going. Question 18. A yegg would rob a bank, vandalize property, or commit treason. All things that our lovely, upstanding Qsters would never ever do, I'm sure, but seriously, don't be a yegg. You're above it. So which of these crimes would a yegg commit? Take a guess if you're not quite sure. The criminal robs things, so the correct answer would be robbing a bank. All 5 of you are still in. They're also generally good at cracking safes. Let's keep it going on. Question 19. You could go shopping at a kogegi, konbini, or kaitai. These are Japanese words, and only one of them is something that you could possibly go shopping at. So take a stab at it and see if you can get it right. It might just make you tonight's winner. This is a type of convenience store. It's a konbini. Still have all 5 of you. Not one of you got out for that question. Keep it going. We're now to question number 20. If you didn't think it could be done, we're doing it. Which is south of Gabon? Is it Togo, Angola, or Cameroon? This is one for my geography peeps in the house, the leftovers. It's the crowd favorite, and we're taking it over to the African continent this time. Which of these nations could be found a little bit south of Gabon? That would be the lovely country of Angola. All right, guys, this is it. I'm going to let you know this right now. We have one winner who got Angola correct. Congratulations. You have won Survivor Sunday. You're taking home $500, and that is all to yourself. If you didn't make it, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another chance to play. Who knows? It might just be your day then. I'll be back on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be sure to see you then. Again, be sure you're following the Q on all social media, and you can follow me, Sydney Ryan, CHS, on Instagram and Twitter. We'll see you soon.